Okay, welcome. We're here with a group of folks from the University of Rochester. They're going to tell us a little bit about the job opportunities that are available at the U of R and why it's a good opportunity for a veteran in particular. We have Alan McNiff, who's the Director of Facilities, the River Campus. We have Chance Sullivan, who's Preventive Maintenance Manager at the River Campus. And we have Lori Corpue Osborne, who's Lead Operations Specialist, also in the Facilities Center. And so all of that having been said, tell us a little bit about the U of R and what you do there and why you're here.
Oh, certainly, thank you. Appreciate the introduction. So as you mentioned there, I'm the Director of Facilities for River Campus Operations. And what that means is we handle the operations of the academic side of the house, if you will, non-medical side. But we do have counterparts over there that have similar openings just as we do. So we're responsible for all of the cleaning staff and custodial staff. They're referred to environmental service workers. We have a lot of part-time and full-time positions in that respect. But we also handle all of the operational maintenance of all the equipment of the buildings and building shell, and just the normal operations of what you anticipate for facility side related to the academic side of the campus. We also have connections to the Memorial Art Gallery as well as Eastman School of Music.
Okay, pretty broad area of responsibility. Yeah. Chance?
I'm Chance Sullivan. I'm Preventative Maintenance Manager at the University of Rochester River Campus, but today I'm going to be touching on Central Utilities. Central Utilities has a variety of positions. They produce, distribute, and make sure that all of our utility-based programs are efficient and sent to all River Campus, Med Center, and Mid Campus. So that's anything from steam, electricity, chilled water, heat, and a variety of other systems. Right now we have 60 full-time staff that work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and there's a lot to it.
Okay, broad area with lots of responsibility.
For sure.
Yeah. Lori?
Hi, I'm Lori Corpue Osborne. I am the lead support operations specialist for facilities customer service. So again, we kind of all work and interact with River Campus facilities as well. We actually maintain all of the records for the work orders that go out to the mechanics. So we create them, we distribute them. We have a system that helps us to do that. And that is our primary function. However, we also monitor alarm systems, which monitor the building operations, which includes HVAC, plumbing systems, and it also includes the systems that monitor a number of multi-million-dollar research projects. So we have a lot of responsibilities, we wear a lot of hats. And right now we currently have a couple positions. We have a full-time and a part-time and a TAR, which is per diem, that we're trying to fill for that position. It's awesome. I mean, it's a really good department to work for. We're like a close-knit family.
Okay, well, thank you. You know, one of the questions we ask is geographically, where are you? But I think the truth of the matter is most folks know where the U of R is. But also it covers the Memorial Art Gallery.
Correct, and Eastman School of Music. Yes.
And the Eastman School, so downtown Rochester as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what are the specific positions that you folks are looking for?
Sure, if I could start, if you don't mind. We have a number of positions. So I have let's go through a list. So we have lots of part and full-time positions for environmental service working staff throughout the campus. We have preventive maintenance mechanic positions. We have general building mechanics, also referred to as mechanic A's. And of course we have openings that we always seem to have for electricians, for plumbers, and HVAC technicians. You know, these are tough to fill in this type of climate right now. So anyone who has those type of skill sets, we're certainly interested in bringing them in. But additionally, we're also looking for masons. We have a couple mason positions available. We're always looking for painters, even if it's a temporary basis, if someone's looking for a short-term stint. We also have those options available. I'd also like to mention from support operations, which is another division of facilities, they're also looking for positions. Specifically, they're looking for procurement specialists, some ground staff, for anything but everybody wants to work outside. They have operations support specialists, like you had mentioned, bulk mail associate, and then couriers. So there's a lot of openings that we have right now. We're certainly have lots of opportunities for those out there that are seeking either full or part-time, that even have minimal to more advanced skill sets.
Okay, all right. And I think the point, especially for anyone watching this video, is that U of R isn't just about education, but in fact there are thousands and thousands of jobs that you folks have that on an ongoing basis need to be filled. I think I actually know the answer to this next one too, but correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm interested in a position and I want to know a little bit more about it, the actual job descriptions that for each position that you would have available are actually online?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
They are actually, if you go to www.rochester.edu/human-resources, you can actually get directly to any of the jobs functions that are out there.
Okay.
So you can
All right.
actually see the whole list of it.
Yeah, I think you'll also find the website also has more information about benefits that are available, much
Yes.
more detailed than you might expect from organizations of our size, but it's very helpful.
Okay, yep, that's a good point as well, and I can say, just as a plug for U of R, that your job descriptions and the information that is online is pretty thorough and answers a lot of your questions that you may have about it, so that's a plus for you folks. Can you address the qualifications that employees would need coming on deck here at the U of R?
Well, for an operations support specialist, the basic credentials we have 3 tiers. We have a tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. I'm actually a tier 3. And then we have the tier 2 who backs me up, and then we have our tier 1s, which are entry level. And for the entry level positions, we just require a high school diploma or a GED equivalent and 1 year of work experience, preferably in a customer service environment. You need to be computer knowledgeable because everything that we do is on the computer, which is also very helpful to get you through the job, and type a minimum of 45 words per minute.
Okay, and I'm going to assume that there's positions that are more specialized. For example, if it's an electrician position, then you probably need the standard qualifications that go with that, and would apply otherwise. Here's a question that a lot of folks have: how much training for a given position is the U of R able to provide?
Well, I'll answer that from a global perspective. For those who are certainly for an entry-level position, we'll certainly provide all the adequate training that they would need to bring onto the job. But that's going to vary based upon the role, right? So an environmental service worker will actually have another person work with you, so you know the area of work and how you're supposed to perform it. That would be similar to some of the next level in the maintenance side. So the preventative maintenance mechanics, we provide some guidance with our HVAC mechanics and some of our other folks out there. So Chance mentioned he's the preventive maintenance manager. It's one thing that we're trying to work on is provide more and more training to our staff so that they're adequately trained to do the job effectively. What we don't want to do is have them go out into a job and not know how to adequately do the performance that's necessary for the piece of equipment or what have you. So to answer your question, it's going to vary based upon the type of role that it is. But the point is that we are going to provide the amount of training that we think is appropriate for the job that it requires.
Okay, and to a certain extent are willing to do that. I guess along the same lines, different positions have licensing requirements, and sometimes there are positions that need updating over a cycle of number of years or what have you. How does the U of R address that?
Go ahead, Chancellor.
If you don't mind. So touching a little bit on central utilities, they have certain licenses that are needed to oversee boilers and chillers and different systems of that sort. So they actually have to deal with the city of Rochester and have over 2,080 hours per license. So touching on that, there's R4, S3. R is representing refrigeration. So overseeing cooling towers, ammonia refrigeration systems, the variety of sorts. U of R doesn't have that, but does not have ammonia systems, but they do have large refrigeration systems. We distribute chilled water throughout both River Campus, Med Center, and Mid Campus. On the STEAM side of it, you're going to need to get your S3, which also requires 2,080 hours. That all is all through a course of training. So when you come in, you'll train up and you'll get that experience as you go. You can get all the way up to S1, which takes 3 years, and you can get up to R2, which takes 3 years. After that, there are a couple more licenses, but those are quite variable.
Okay. And does the U of R have any kind of educational assistance program that might assist someone with the finances of those kind of certifications?
I believe that they do, and I believe it's one course per semester that they will actually reimburse you for. So there is some
Tuition reimbursement.
tuition reimbursement for.
And depending on what group you're associated with, and certainly union groups, they have additional support there too for training that the university also supports in that regard. So again, it's going to vary based upon different aspects of roles, but there are opportunities out there that will be provided.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a real feather in the cap for U of R from an employer point of view, because not everybody does that. So my compliments. Can you tell us about full-time versus part-time opportunities and what you have in that regard?
Sure, I can start with that. As I mentioned earlier, we have lots of part-time and full-time opportunities in the ESW, environmental service workers positions. But in the construction side, we do have some temporary positions that are part-time, especially if folks are looking for painting work or light mechanical work. We do have some opportunities that are part-time. We are, ideally looking for full-time, of course. That seems to be the majority of our openings right now, to be quite honest. It's hard to find folks in those positions that are willing to come into those positions full-time right now.
Okay. Big employer with lots of full-time opportunities. Yeah. Tell us about veteran preference and employment and how that relates to U of R.
Well, I'll speak to that. But certainly the U of R is open to anybody who's willing to apply for these positions that we have. But certainly we have lots of interest in those that have veteran background, because I think that what they bring to the table from a honorability standpoint is very, very important. There's lots of folks that are on our team that are veterans, and that they're going to stand up for what they believe in and speak their mind, and we need those folks in our team as far as I'm concerned. So I think that's an aspect that we're certainly interested in trying to find.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. So I'm in. I'm interested in U of R. You talked me into it. Where do I go? How do I start? What's the process?
Okay. Well, why don't you go through the website again?
So again, you would go to www.rochester.edu, and if you click on Working Here or Careers, it will take you directly to the job website, and then you just kind of select it. The website actually gives you the opportunity to select the different type of interests that you have, or the different departments that you might be interested in. So if it's environmental services, you can select just to look at what's open in environmental services. Or you can select to see what's open in operations support, if you know the title of it. Or if you're looking for an electrician's job or an HVAC position, you can actually type that into the website, into the search field, and you can go directly to those jobs that are open.
Okay. And I see, I did that. I see my dream job. What do I do next?
So now you just click on the job. it will list all of the requirements for that position, and down at the bottom of the page, it will say click here to apply. You just click there, attach your resume, make sure you attach your resume. Make sure it's complete, your application is complete online, and submit it, and then it will be pulled by whatever department you have chosen.
Okay,
And you can
So-
continuously edit it if
Yes.
necessary too.
Yes.
okay, all right. So the resume is important.
The resume is very important.
Okay,
It's kind of the window to your abilities for most employers. When they look at your resume, they're looking to see, okay, this person has, all the credentials that I'm looking for, so they're, the best candidate for me. And without that, they're just kind of guessing.
okay. And let me say to our veterans out there, the Veterans Outreach Center exists in part to assist veterans to find quality employment with quality employers. And part and parcel of that is a quality resume, and we will help you with that. So if you want to put your best foot forward to U of R, you should feel free to come see us first as part and parcel of that. So, is there anything else about the U of R and working at the U of R that you'd like to tell us, or more importantly, tell the veterans out there that are looking?
The last thing I'll add, University of Rochester is a very large entity, right? What does that mean? It means you have potential for growth. So you might start at a lower level position, and you may find different opportunity as you gain more exposure and experience. So what I kind of see nice is we're able to promote within to other roles, and we've done that through the course of my time here. I know others in other departments do the same thing. So that's a great opportunity, I think, to think about where you potentially could end up in the future with our organization.
Okay, that's terrific information. Thank you so much. And for all you veterans out there, University of Rochester is a great opportunity right here, right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.